Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing Arsenal's injuries ahead of the Arsenal versus Liverpool match on Sunday that takes place at the Emirates Stadium. As always, if you do enjoy today's video, please be sure to hit the like button and also subscribe for more from me. The game on Sunday is a must win, or you could say must not lose, for Arsenal's title chances this season. Coming up against the Liverpool team, who find themselves obviously having an easy fixture list in terms of the start of the season, but they do find themselves top of the Premier League. It is very important that Arsenal do not let the good work that they have done to start the season off, especially with regards to having one of the tougher fixture lists, getting Tottenham away out the way, Aston Villa away out the way, City away out the way, that all that good work that they've put into the season so far, it's essential they do not let that go undone. What makes this even harder then is the fact that Arsenal have a numerous numbers of injury doubts going into the game against Liverpool, especially in an area which is going to be key in the game. Obviously, Liverpool's best player is Mohamed Salah, and Arsenal's weakest side at the moment in terms of availability, in terms of injuries, is left back. So we'll go through the injuries that Arsenal have at the moment. Obviously, Saka may be back, but he's a doubt at this present moment in time. Ødegaard looks like he's going to be out still. So that's two very creative players that Arsenal are going to be missing for this one. The best centre-back in the league, arguably, William Saliba, has had a red card. So he is not going to feature, you wouldn't imagine. Zinchenko doesn't seem like he's been ready to start. He didn't play in the Champions League. Obviously, he's just coming off an injury. That said, I wouldn't recommend starting him in a game such as this anyway, where Zinchenko defensively isn't the best. Calafiori got injured in midweek in the Champions League, so that's another left-back option that is probably not going to be available. Jurrien Timbers missed the last three. Is he ready to come back in? We don't know. We don't know the status of his injury, but I'd imagine he won't play in this one. Kieran Tierney is still out. Granted, you wouldn't imagine him to be one of the first choices, but with the injury crisis as it is, if he was available, we might have turned to him. And Tomiyasu can also play left-back. He, in the past, has had history of shutting down Mohamed Salah when played at left-back against Liverpool, but he's also unavailable. That makes me ask then, what recognised left-backs do Arsenal have fit to face Liverpool? And that is Kivior. And in my opinion, he is a player, obviously, who is a very solid squad option, but is he an elite left-back? No. Is he an elite player? No, not yet. And I do feel that that is a worry, him coming up against Mohamed Salah. Not only that, but we've got to be careful with a few players. Martinelli, Ben White and Merino have all come off injuries in recent times, as well as David Raya. So these are players that we've got to manage their fitness. Arsenal's left-back situation could lead us to go a bit left field. Could, potentially, Miles Lewis-Skelly play left-back? He has been making cameos there. Is he ready to face Mohamed Salah? I would tend to think that Arteta will not do that this early on in his development. In terms of the creativity burden, I did mention earlier, do we potentially see Nwaneri getting a start in the team? Because obviously if Saka is unavailable, Ødegaard is not available, could that be an option for Mikel Arteta? I think Nwaneri starting is much more likely than Skelly starting left back. For this one then, my predicted back line would probably go Partey right back, Ben White right centre back, Gabriel left centre back and Kivior, which is very, very, very lightweight. I also do worry about Partey coming up at right back versus Luis Diaz. But can we get through it? Remains to be seen. The reason for the injuries, what do we believe them to be? You could say it's the schedule, because let's be honest, top teams have to play too many games nowadays. Could be the fact there's no actual breaks in play for the schedule. Could be the fact that there's just been an international tournament over the summer, which really doesn't help player welfare. Or you could, with Saka especially, say a lack of player protection. He's someone who constantly gets kicked, constantly gets absolutely hammered every game, and the referees very rarely protect him. Or alternatively, you could look at it, have Arsenal physios got it wrong? Especially when it's in regards to the red line or the red area that players can find themselves in terms of fitness. For example, Ben White was heavily known last season to play with an injury without actually notifying the physios that he had an injury. So could that be something to be looked at long term in terms of player fitness, player health with Arsenal? Or could it just be Arsenal have had 2 seasons on the bounce playing at the highest level, and now it's catching up with them a little bit because they don't have as big a squad as City or Liverpool? It remains to be seen. I do think we could have really benefited from keeping the likes of Reece Nelson Reece Nelson around the place just as a rotation option. But these things happen. Do we think we can get a squad together capable of beating Liverpool at the weekend? I'd hope so, but I'm really doubtful. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you liked this video or any of the others on the channel. It is really appreciated. Thank you for watching, as I said, and goodbye.